Imagine a world without difficult people in the workplace. Did work happen more efficiently? Did your boss have a better attitude throughout the day? Were you so incredibly bored that you had no choice but to do your work? Difficult people are anything but few and far between. And for the service industry, they're almost impossible to avoid. But we, as leaders, must learn how to communicate with difficult people effectively. Using what we've learned this week, I'll be describing my experience with a difficult person, how I could have been more effective in my communication, and how I can use leadership theories to develop my leadership skills. As a first year leader, I took over a team that had a patient member, a difficult person that brings personal life into their work and allows it to affect their performance and attendance. According to Kelly Quintanilla Miller in the fifth edition of Business and Professional Communication, Keys for Workplace Excellence, she describes the patient member as a difficult person. In the beginning, I was empathetic and willing to take the effort to give them the space that they needed, even if that meant I was sacrificing my own time to cover them. They were incredibly appreciative, and their performance really did begin to show it. But life took a dark turn for them, and their attendance pattern and attitude quickly became an issue for their peers and for the business. I planned to sit down with them in private the next time that they were scheduled, so that way we could create a plan for managing their time, so that way they could show up for work and perform well when they were there. But also, I had to give them a formal documented coaching. I gave myself enough time before the conversation to mentally rehearse what I wanted to say and how I would respond to the questions that I had anticipated. Quintanilla refers to this as scripting, which she says is a very helpful tool when giving negative feedback to team members. For this conversation, I led authoritatively, which at the time I thought was the only way to lead to achieve results. In this case, my communication with the team member was ineffective because although they agreed to take action, they continued to display the same behaviors and eventually quit on their own terms. My communication would have been much more effective had I taken the time to assess the situation and the people involved before deciding to lead the way that I did. Feidler's contingency theory, among other situational leadership theories, have taught me that the best leaders adapt to their situations and change their communication style based on the event. This is something that I plan to put into practice as I continue my career journey in leadership so that the next time I encounter a difficult person, I will be able to lead effectively and communicate with them effectively.